What makes the difference between a good and a great shooter? How come sometimes you can watch a national champion shoot and think, maybe I could do that, but then they still beat the competition by 10%? Sometimes it's obvious and they're like 5 seconds faster, and sometimes they're only hundredths of a second ahead. What makes the difference? Let's talk about that today. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I wanted to ask the question of what makes the difference between levels of shooters, and I want you guys to answer. Comment down below just in your opinion, or at least in your experience, what you see between different levels. To tell you a little bit about myself, I have been shooting competitively now for right at 2.5 years. My first full year of shooting majors was this past year in 2024. I placed top 5 in every major match that I shot, at least in my division of carry optics, except for nationals, which was my first DQ.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand. And
I also won South Carolina State IDPA championship in carry optics division. What I am doing with today's video is comparing shooting footage from a local IDPA match that I just shot yesterday between myself and a local shooter and friend of mine who has been improving a lot lately. We shot this whole footage during and before and a little bit after the match yesterday, but then I got home and seen that my footage was corrupted, so I still wanted to make some video out of this because it just so happened that me and him both placed first and second place overall and in carry optics, so I figured I had to make something out of it. So this isn't just some random guy that I knew I could beat that I decided to record. This is somebody that, of course, I have his permission, and we decided to do this video. So I have footage of 4 stages today in both POV and third person. The first 2 stages that I show are going to be relatively close, so finding the difference might be a little bit more challenging. And the last 2 stages have a bigger gap. However, in not a single one of these stages did I shoot faster because I just shot faster. And to answer any questions that you guys might already have down in the comments, I'm shooting my Glock 47, and my friend Michael is shooting a CZ Shadow 2 that he has had custom modified to make weight for the IDPA. So let's go ahead and take a look at those first 2 stages.
Hi. Stand by. You're finished. I'll let you. Are you ready? 5. You're finished. Unload to clear. You're finished.
So as you guys can see, those first 2 stages in at least raw time was less than a second difference. So I want you guys to comment down below right now, what do you guys think happened for either me to gain that second or him to lose that second in overall time? Let me know down in the comment section. I want your guys' opinions. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next 2 stages. Did you catch that? So now both of those last two stages that you've seen had a 4-second gap, give or take. So what changed? Again, let me know down in the comments what you guys see the difference between the first two stages and these last two. I also wanted to pick stages where we both had different stage plans. In the first video that you guys seen, he did a tack reload on the way over to the first shooting position and I didn't, which ended up saving him a little bit of time, and there was still a 1-second gap though. But in the last stage that you guys seen, when we were shooting in the building, he did a complete opposite stage plan of mine, and I think that's what cost him the 4 seconds. I also think the difference in high-level shooters is consistency. Michael kept up with me for at least the first half of the match, and then had a couple of bad stages pretty much back-to-back in the second half of the match. And I had a pretty much consistent match the entire time, which is pretty hard to do. The same thing would happen if I went up head-to-head with Bob Vogel or Christian Seiler. I might be able to push and keep up with them for a stage or two, but they're going to be able to shoot that pace the entire match and outlast me whenever it comes to consistency. And then you have things like draw speed, reload speed, transitions, footwork, and stage planning that all come into effect whenever you're talking about the difference in all levels of shooters. But I want you guys to let me know down in the comments what you think the main difference between a good and a great level shooter is. What have you seen in your experience, or what local shooter that you watch or look up to, what do they do that you don't do and you want to start implementing? Let me know down in the comment section. Let's get a bunch of different opinions and conversations going. And if you guys want to see more content like this, I will start doing this monthly at least at my local IDPA or USPSA match, and we can pick a different person each time. So if you guys have any questions, again, please let me know down in the comments, and thank you guys for tuning in.